very new. It'll hopefully be easy. But today we're going to be solving for triangles. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to solve for a triangle? Anybody know? I'll take that as a no. To solve a triangle, you have to find all sides, which is going to be how many? And all angles, which is going to be 3. So solving a triangle, that just means find all sides and angles. And usually they'll give you 3 of something, whether it be like 2 sides and an angle, maybe 2 angles and a side, but they'll always give you 3 things and you have to find the other. When we're talking about triangles for this chapter, the angles will be big letters, capital letters, and then the sides will be small letters, lowercase letters. And there's 2 ways to solve triangles. Today we'll focus on law of sines, which means you'll use sine every time we solve. And then tomorrow will be law of cosines. And there's specific times where you use these. That's why there's 2 laws. This is the formula for law of sines. You'll have to memorize this for your test, but we'll use it so much you'll have it memorized. But law of cosines is a little more difficult. So when do we use law of sines? And that's when we have 2 angles in any side, and that's right here, or when we have 2 sides and the angle. So this is confusing kind of to go back and check, and it'll be hard to memorize that. So here's an easy way. If you have 2 of the same letter, you're going to use law of sines. 2 of the same letter. That means you have a big A and a little a, or if you have like a big B and a little b, that means that you're going to use law of sines because you have 2 of the same letter. If you have an A, B, and a C, that's when you'll use law of cosines, which is what we'll focus on tomorrow. Alright, so for number 1, tell me the 3 things that we do have. Good. What angle is this one? Good. Angle B. This is angle what? This is side what? A. Why'd you say A, Connor? Good. So angles, like he just said, are opposite of the big letter. So this is angle A right here. This is angle A. This is side A. This is side B because it's across from it. This is side C. All right. So tell me the things we have to solve for. Side B, which is why it's lowercase because it's a side. What else? Side C and angle C. Make sure you write the angles capital letters, the sides lowercase letters. Which one could we find first without using law of sines? Angle C, because we know there's how many in a triangle? 180. So you just subtract 180 from, or excuse me, these angles from 180. And that should give you 30 degrees. So C is 30 degrees. Alright, now when we use law of sines, you have to have 2 of the same letter. What letter do we have twice? We don't have side B. We have angle B, so we can't use that one. We have angle C. We don't have side C. A. Does everybody realize that? Because you have the angle and the side. That's the one where we have to use, where we have the angle and the side. We have 2 A's. So the way we set it up is sine A, which is going to be sine what?
41.
Good. Degrees always go on top. What's the angle, or the side? Good. And we can set this equal to sine of whatever letter over that side. So it's up to y'all which one y'all want to solve for first. C? Okay. So what's the degree of C?
30.
What's the side? Yeah, we don't know, so we'll put C. So angles always go on top, sides on bottom. Again, we had to use this one because you had both A's. Alright, now how do we solve for C? Good. Easier way? Cross multiply. Very good. So when we cross multiply, we'll have what on the left side? 8 sine what? 30 equal, because when you cross multiply, you set them equal to each other. And what will we get when we multiply these? C sine 44. Alright, now how do we solve for C in this equation? Divide by what? Very good. Because when we do that, C is going to be by itself. Everybody see that? It's going to cancel out to 1. So C is 8 sine 30 over sine 44. How do we find that? Use our calculator. So this is exactly how you type it in. 8 sine 30, enter, divided by sine 44. And everybody should have gotten 5.8 sides. I always want you to round the nearest tenth. So did everybody get this in their calculator? If not, it's probably because your calculator's on radian. Alright, so we got B, that's C, solve for C, that's 5.8. Now, question, can we use Pythagorean theorem to find B? Why? Very good. It has to be a right angle. This one's not, because there's no 90 degrees involved. So how do we find B? Same way. So what changes here? Does this change? This changes to what on bottom? Good. And what on top? Good. 106. We still cross multiply, right? So to solve for B, it would be 8 sine 106 equals what? Very good. And to solve for B, you would divide by what? Good. Go ahead and find that. What'd you get? 11.1. Very good. And that's it. We had 3 things they gave us. We found 3. There's only 6 to find, so we got them all. We've solved the triangle. Questions about that one? Alright, let's look at this next one. Tell me the 3 things that we're missing. Angle R. What else? Side R. What else? Side what now? Very good. Tell me what you would find first. Angle R. Good. By subtracting these from 180. Go ahead and do that. What did we get? Very good. 80 degrees. Alright. What is the side and the angle we have of a letter? Like what letter appears twice? Good. So we would set it up as sine 47 over. Good. We have to use this because we have the side and the angle. So that's the first thing we always write. Which one do you want to solve for, R or T? Okay? So tell me how to set that up. Very good. And then we would do what here? Very good. Go ahead and solve for R on your own. What did we get? Everybody agree? 17.5? Cool. Go ahead and solve for T on your own. Let me know if you need some help. Alright, what did we get?
14.
Perfect. Alright, now I'm going to talk about, there's really no way to like check. There's a few ways to check if these are right. How do we know if the angles are right? Yes, they have to add to be 180. Now, think about a right triangle. How do we know where the hypotenuse is? Think about a right triangle. Across from the 90-degree angle. Does anybody know why that is? It's because it's the biggest angle, so it has to be the biggest what that goes with it? Side. So that's how you can check here. What's our biggest side that we found?
17.
Yeah, 17.5, right? Was R the biggest angle? Yes. So the biggest angle has to have the biggest side across from it. So that's another way you can kind of check yourself. Another thing, you should never have a negative side or a negative angle. Y'all know this. And if you have an angle that's like 0.5, that's probably not right. Okay. Let's do one more together. Flip to number 3 on the back. This is a little different. And how is this one different than what we've been doing? Number 3. There's 2 sides instead of 2 what? Angles. So tell me what we're missing. Angle B. What else? Angle C. And what else? Side C. Everybody see that? We're missing angle C, B, and side C because it's across. Alright, so where will we start here?
Side C.
Yes, we have to, well, not sign C. What letter do we have twice? A. So we have to start with sine A over A, right? So it'd be sine what degree?
120.
Over?
2.
Okay. Equals. Now what is another number that they give us? Side B, correct? So we would have what on top? Sine over? Good. So to solve for this, we would cross multiply, correct? So tell me how that would look. Equals? Very good. How would we solve for B right here? Divide by what now? 212. Good. Because the B is inside this. What am I doing? The B is inside that sign, so we can't really get rid of the sign, but we can get rid of the 212. Go ahead and divide this in your calculator. What'd y'all get? Keep going.
0.
Alright, what are we trying to solve for in this problem? An angle, right? Is this going to be an angle? Yes. Okay, correct. So remember what we did yesterday. When we solve for angles, we have to use what button? The inverse. Good. Again, when we solve for angles, we have to use the inverse. So what you would type in is sine inverse of this number that you just got. So if you forget, you know that an angle is not going to be less than 1 on a triangle. So that'll be a reminder. You have to use that button. Go ahead and use that. And round to the nearest degree. 29 degrees. Very good. Was everybody able to get that in the calculator? Okay, now we just need angle C and side C. Which one could we solve for first? Angle, because now we have 2 angles, right? We have 121 and this 29, so go ahead and find angle C. What is it?
30.
Very good. Alright, now how do we find side C? Yes. What is this called that we're working on? What's this called? Yes, law of sines. Alright, so it'd be sine, we can still use this, right? Sine 121 over 212. Just now we have to have sine what? Very good. Go ahead and solve for C using this equation. Make sure you round sides to the nearest tenth. What did we get?
122.7.
Everybody agree? Y'all still working. Very good. So if you're missing an angle, you're going to have to use sine inverse button. Any questions on that? Alright, flip it over. Once you have done 3, 4, and 5, and I've checked it, you can pack up. 3, 4, and 5, and I'm going to check the correctness of it. And then you won't have any homework tonight.